Hi everybody, I'm back in action today. Sorry it's been a while. It's been a bit of a busy summer. I'm just back from a few vacations. I hope you guys had great summers. I can't believe it's like August already, end of August, almost September. I don't know how the weather has been where you all are at, but here where I am, we've had like this little like fall preview. It's been kind of chilly, especially in the mornings, and I am like loving it. Already starting to burn some pumpkin candles from my stash from last year. And I wanted to kick off the fall season with my first order from Bath & Body Works. So I have 6 candles today. I've got some on the way from Bath & Body Works and also from Kringle. I don't know if anybody else has ordered from Kringle or Country Candle lately, but they are having like some delays because of their major Halloween releases. So as you know, I don't really dig the Halloween kind of fragrances. I'm more of like, the standard pumpkin, apple, fall themed. The Halloween's just not my jam. But if it's yours, they've got some interesting stuff if you want to check it out. Also wanted to talk a little bit about the Bath & Body Works Halloween fragrances. There didn't seem to be anything quite new. I think there was one called Candy Apple Cauldron. I don't know if it's new, but I've not tried it. And then also they've got the Stranger Things release, which I'm not a big Stranger Things person. I never got into the show. And the gimmicky kind of candles aren't something that I think I'll go for. But if you're a diehard Stranger Things fan, maybe check that out. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this one, Mixed Berry Crumble. And this is like a transitional fragrance. So let's start with the notes. Freshly picked berries, buttery crumble topping, and cinnamon sugar. Now, full disclosure, I did start burning this because I think this is like a perfect end of summer going into fall kind of fragrance. It's definitely berry forward. I do get that cinnamon sugar and I do get sort of that bakery note in there. It's not a bakery like pie crust note like that we would expect to see with the like warm apple pie fragrance that Bath & Body Works has, but it's there. Do I think this is groundbreaking? No. Do I think it smells good? Yes. It's nice, it's pleasant, but I wouldn't say this is like a must-have in your collection. So that's that one, Mixed Berry Crumble. The labels on these are beautiful though. I will say I love sort of the baking theme. I'm a big baker, so I like that. Okay, next up, I'm going to go with this one, Radiant Red Maple. Now, this has been sort of an elusive fragrance for quite some time in our candle community. A lot of people have talked about it. Bath & Body Works did not bring it back for quite some time. So I was excited to see it this year because I've never owned this candle. So here are the notes. Crisp Macintosh apple, smoky woods, and hint of toasted marshmallow. And when I first read this, I was like, woods and marshmallow and apple. I was like, I'm not sure that that's gonna work, but it works. This is like a cult classic for a reason. It's very unique. It's giving a bit of like toasted marshmallow or marshmallow fireside mixed with an apple fragrance. And I know that that sounds like maybe it wouldn't go together, but it does. This is a great fragrance. Now, it's a great fragrance, but is it a great candle? I don't know if we're gonna be able to see, but Bath & Body Works, okay, if you can see, this is leaves, so this is nothing new. If you're able to see the wicks on that, like the thickness of them versus these wicks. And I know that we've been talking a lot about kind of the cases of puny wicks that Bath & Body Works has sent, and I fear that this is a puny wick situation. That said, I don't think I'm gonna burn this one just because I don't know when it's gonna come back around again, and it might be one that I just wanna sort of have in my stash because they seem to be, doing that now where they'll put out a great fragrance and then they won't re-release it for quite some time. And then a couple years later, we'll see it. Kind of, I think, what's happening with Cider Lane. We love Cider Lane. It's the best candle ever. And we haven't had it for 2 years. So fingers crossed, maybe it makes a comeback. Maybe it's a repackage somewhere along the line. But as for Radiant Red Maple, it smells fantastic. But I don't know how it's going to burn. Moving on to Fall Farmhouse. This is one that comes back every year, and this one I have purchased probably every year since it's been around. It's fantastic. Spiced pumpkin, forest pine branch, and fresh fall air. Oh. And I love this one because you definitely get that pine in there, but it's a spice, but it's not a pine spice Christmas. It's a pine spice fall. It smells like you're walking into, I don't know, it smells like you're walking into someone's house and it's like a crisp day and you're getting that rush of air as you walk through the door, but also they're like baking cookies in the kitchen. It's one of my favorites. I think it's quintessential fall. I think if you like spice, if you like sort of an earthy fragrance, you will like this. It's not heavy on the bakery, although there is a spice note in there. So again, very nice. I do want to mention the wicks on this one look puny. So I will burn this and see how it performs and give you an update. You guys have to let me know if you're seeing, sort of, it seems to be the labels with like this kind of theme that have the skinny wicks. So let me know what you guys think if you're seeing that as well. So another fan favorite that I buy every year, I'll just get it out of the way. I love it. It's Leaves. Aren't these labels pretty though? I will say they're kind of giving Snowflake to me a little bit. Like if you're looking from far away, you might get Snowflake, especially on the white one, But anyway, okay, notes on Leaves are crisp red apple, golden nectar, and warm clove spice. This candle is my favorite. I buy it every fall. I burn it in the winter. I burn it when I feel sad. I burn it when I feel happy. I love it. I think there's nothing out there that can quite match this fragrance. So Leaves is wonderful. You get the apple, you get the spice. It's not bakery. It's not overly spicy. Like someone who doesn't like cinnamon, I think would still like this. It's been around a long time. No need to dwell. Okay, this one's, I don't know if this is new this year or just new to me. This is Pumpkin S'mores. Again, pretty label, very fall, but to me it gave a little snowflake action. The notes are roasted marshmallow, melted chocolate, and pumpkin graham cracker. It smells great. Again, though, I have to say, I don't think this is one that you like absolutely need. It's marshmallow forward. You get a hint of that chocolate. It's not chocolate in the way that hot cocoa and cream is chocolate, of course. I'm not getting much on the pumpkin, but it is sort of that base note mixed with the graham cracker, and I do smell that. I think if they would have just called this s'mores, it would have been similar. Yeah, the pumpkin is not there for me. At least it's not pumpkin forward. It's not jumping out. Maybe once I start burning it, it'll come through. The wicks on this one and the wicks on Leaves look fine, so we'll see. Pumpkin S'mores, I would say that's like, a good 7 out of 10 for me. Not one that I think you absolutely need to have for fall, but if this is sort of your thing, it's nice. And lastly, I think this is my most, I would say, heavy fall. This is Pumpkin Bonfire. And the notes are white pumpkin, a bundle of clove buds, and glowing embers. Nice thick wicks. This is fine, but we've had this before, and I don't know if this is a new fragrance, Pumpkin Bonfire, or if we had it last year. But I'm not, again, picking up too much on the pumpkin, maybe ever so slightly. I'm definitely sort of getting that bonfire, smoky smell. And admittedly, this is not my favorite kind of fragrance. I generally don't love a heavily smoky fragrance, but I picked it up because I thought that pumpkin would come through a little bit more. I don't like the heavy bonfire fragrances, but I do love Marshmallow Fireside. So I was hoping that was sort of going to be the way this leaned a little bit more pumpkin, a little sweeter. And it's, I would say, slightly sweet, ever so slightly sweet, but it's definitely leaning more towards that smoky sort of firewood smell. I think we've had this before. I think we've had Pumpkin Bonfire before, but I can't quite remember. Okay, so that's what I've got to get started for fall. I'll keep you guys posted on the wick situation with the the fall farmhouse and see how that might translate for the Radiant Red Maple. Let me know how your wicks look. That's an interesting sort of thing that happened last year. I know I had a wick in, I think it was warm apple pie last year. And they were very, very tiny and my burning was affected. So we'll see how that goes. And then I've got, like I said, more Bath & Body Works coming, Kringles on the way, and then I'll definitely do some Goose Creek as well. They've had tons of new candles and tons of sales. So if you're interested in checking that out, that might be a good idea. Glad to be back. Sorry for the long break, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.